All right.
What is going on, Kyber Cave family? This is Arc Xcala, me, the guy in the bottom. That guy, I can't even see my hand. That guy up there, that's Oldsoju, and this guy, oh man, this guy is Flannel Go.
Hey guys.
We are Kyber Cave, and I am on location in North Carolina. I personally, right now, am in Raleigh, North Carolina.
What? I
That's
thought you were in the back of the store.
yeah, yeah. That's how much my presence is missed there. Nobody does even nobody
We're
even knows
just
I'm gone.
joking.
Well, man, how are
Hey,
you doing over there?
I'm doing great. Other than this humidity, life is beautiful out here. But I want to know what I want to know is how are you guys doing? Because I know while I've been gone, we got a bunch of new stuff. What is that?
It is a Ben Solo NeoPixel.
A Benz. Woo!
Woohoo!
Ooh, in purple.
Purple. How did you know my favorite color?
Yeah, it's
Now
pretty
Ben
neat.
Ben Solo is a blue. Does that mean that's a multicolor?
Yep.
Ooh, we got to
Ooh,
stand back for that one.
that thing's pretty. Oh,
There's a weird disco one. Let me see if I can find it.
so it's got pre-built settings in there already.
Yeah. See, this one's kind of like a flame one. I don't know. It's hard to see in the light.
That,
Yeah,
that
with
is
the white. Try
beautiful.
put it on a red. Is there a red?
Oh, there you
Ooh, now
can
we
kind
can
of
Oh
see
see
it
it.
yeah,
now.
that's right. Yep.
See, it kind of looks
Ooh,
like a fire.
very appropriate for Ben Solo.
And
Sith
then we
for
got some
life,
other different
baby.
ones.
Wow.
How does it feel? How does that saber feel?
It feels really good. I kind of like this one a lot too.
Ooh, now
Wow.
tell me about that saber.
It's a cross guard, and we got them in different colors. Has all the nice bells and whistles on it too.
Oh,
See how the blades are different from the main blade?
right.
Yeah. And then we have this one that just came in too. It's pretty neat.
Oh yes.
Ooh.
And this one's
Oh,
multicolor as well too.
and that
Are all
and
of
then
them
it has different
multicolored?
sound.
Yeah.
They all have different soundboards, right?
Yeah.
That's
Mm.
gorgeous.
Wow.
And then I've been messing around. You've been gone for a minute now, so you haven't
I know.
seen. Look what I did to my saber.
Did you add another? Ooh, oh, you changed your pieces out. That is gorgeous. So we got some new pieces in the ritual. How's that going?
Yep.
Are people building new sabers out there?
Yeah, we already had
Yeah.
probably about 4 people build different builds. We're having that sell
Yep. We're
on
having a
our
paradox sale right
sabers.
now.
Hmm.
What? Now let me. I was gonna ask about that. I saw the Peridot sale. Is Peridot like the gem of this month or something?
That's exactly what I named the sale. It's the gem of this month. Yes.
Ah, see that makes sense to me now. I was like, is this something with Steven Universe?
No. No. Yeah, like I wanted to make something creative for the sale, so I named it Peridot Sale.
Very cool. Well, tell me about the sale. What's up with this sale?
So this sale is for the for the replica sabers and the conventional sabers, and also for keychains and also the light up chopsticks that we have. So if
Ooh.
you buy one replica or conventional saber, that'll get you 10% off. Or if you buy three of our replica or conventional sabers, that'll get you to 20% off. That's the same thing for the
Ooh.
keychains and the chopsticks.
Wow. Now, what is a conventional saber? What is that versus? I mean, I know what a replica saber is.
Yeah,
I'm assuming you're talking about master replica, right?
yeah, that's exactly what I mean. Yeah.
Okay. So, what's a conventional saber? Is that our con sabers? Our
Yes, those are our
conventional
con
sabers?
sabers. Yeah, our convention
Ooh.
sabers. Those are sabers that. Woo!
Wait, is that a NeoPixel as well?
This is a master replica.
Ooh, that's gorgeous. I was gonna say
Nice.
it lights up. It lights up like a NeoPixel, huh?
Mhm.
At least on camera, it looks like a Neo.
Yep. Good stuff. Master replicas.
Oh, absolutely.
Woohoo! I'm gonna be doing some moving around here because I need some headphones. So what else we
Oh,
got
yeah.
going on at the cave? I feel like I've been gone. I've
Oh,
been gone since Tuesday, but it feels like, oh my god, I'm in the dark now.
Oh,
we
It's
dark.
all
have
dark. I'm scared, guys. Somebody
we
come
have
rescue
two
me.
NeoPixel blades coming, sabers coming in. We have a Darth Revan NeoPixel coming in,
Uh-huh.
and we have that Ben Solo NeoPixel, and we have a few different other ones that we're gonna start building too. I mean, people out there, give me some ideas because honestly, for our next NeoPixel build, we do the all the installs and modifications here at the store. I don't know if I should do Ahsoka's as a NeoPixel
Uh-huh.
or if I should do Qui-Gon's as a NeoPixel. What do you guys
Oh.
think?
Like, I feel like that sounds like a very good idea. Like,
Or maybe a master replica?
yeah, master. Yeah.
In the NeoPixel.
Yeah, I was thinking of doing an Obi-Wan master replica as a NeoPixel.
I'm digging it.
And then we got probably about 4 Electrum Saber Crafts coming in.
Ooh.
So we have
Ooh.
one right now. This is all Bluetooth apped.
Yeah, they can control from an app.
Oh, someone turned it off. Wonder who. Yeah, these Electrums are pretty cool. You control everything from Bluetooth from the app. You turn it on, all that stuff through your phone.
Right.
It's actually pretty cool. I've been playing around with it all day.
Oh, that's why the batteries are gone, Victor. It's dead. Oh,
Well,
wait.
Ezra.
get that charged up, and maybe at the end of the show, it'll have enough juice on it that we can show it
Oh,
off.
you got it. You got it.
Oh, there it goes. You hear that sound?
Ooh. And I know that has the smooth swing on it, right?
Yep.
That
Really
is
cool thing.
gorgeous. So we got a ton of new sabers down at the Kyber Cave. We've been waiting for our supply to come in. Ooh, I also know we got some equipment in too, didn't we?
Oh, yes, we do. We got the
Yeah,
fencing helmets right there.
let me go over there.
Woohoo!
I tell
Did
you,
we
the
get a
fencing
price on
sabers.
those yet, or are those still getting put in?
I believe we got a price on those. Yes. Look at
Oh,
that.
nice. Now, are those all? Is that like a one size fits all type thing, or how does that work?
No, there's we have them all sizes. We have small, medium, large, and extra large on those.
Okay, there's 4 different sizes.
Yep. Hey,
Nice.
Van, these are not for you though. These are not for you.
What is all that?
Woo, the pops.
Pops. Oh. Okay. So we're making some changes at the Kyber Cave. Oh,
And look
and
at that
then
Kima come starting. Yep.
we've got the HEMA class. Now, this is the first Friday that this has been running, right? Or is it the second Friday?
Second Friday.
Okay. Okay. But it looks like, what, we got 3 or 4 people there?
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yep.
Things
Yeah,
are
we got
changing
that.
at the cave. It is an exciting time to come down. If you have not been to the cave, or maybe you haven't been to the cave in the wild, we are at 915 Texas Street in downtown Fairfield. Oh, hey, if that's an airsoft mask.
Oh, yep.
Is that what you're using for fighting now?
That's what I'm using for fighting now. I call it no face.
Look what
So
Tony
we
just
got.
bought something really cool too. With the crystal chamber build.
Oh, that's a Kylo Ren, right?
Yeah. With the built-in crystal chamber. What's really cool is right here. It's magnetic, so it goes straight on. And then so that way you can just show off your crystal chamber. in a second.
Oh,
Just bam.
wow. Oh, that's so cool.
That
And
is
then
legit cool.
Now that's
I don't
already
think
been
Tony minds
purchased
me.
already, right?
Yeah, he already bought it. It's gone. I didn't even get an inventory yet. And then
Mm.
here's a actual crystal chamber. So this goes in right there. So you could see it in the saber like this.
Oh man. That's so cool. Hey, I see a little message for Caden down there.
Oh, what do we got? What do we got?
Well,
What do you
it's unfortunately not something good. It has nothing to do with us. But Caden got scammed by a different Saber company. Should we offer Caden like
Oh,
20% off on a Saber or something? We got
let's
to
see.
make Caden doesn't own a Saber now because he got scammed by a different company.
Wow.
See, this
DX
is why you got to come to
sabers?
Kyber Cave.
Yep.
But well, Caden, give us a message. We'll try to help you out. We'll see if we can get something worked out for you. You know, I never want to talk bad about any other company or what anybody else is doing. But you know, as the internet goes with just about everything else, you've got good producers out there, and then you've got people that are that are just out there to scam you. Kyber Cave is not one of those places. We do have a website for those that have not had a chance to get on it.
Ooh.
Kybercave.com. Hey, is Gary backstage yet?
Yep.
I want to show you one thing before you guys let me get off your stream.
Oh, yep. And Gary's here,
Okay.
and also
Hey,
Excellent.
Spider-Man, what do you got there?
Oh,
yes.
he finished his build.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I hope you guys got a picture of all that.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
we're
did.
gonna
I
get.
got it.
Oh my goodness, another guest.
Hey,
What?
there's two of them. Two Spideys, but only
Spider-Man.
one can own
Spider-Man.
the saber.
That's whatever, Spider-Man.
Oh, that's great. Wait, is there a button on there?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Oh, it's still being built. Okay.
Mhm.
Oh man, that is fantastic. Okay, well, our guest and our interviewer are backstage. So, with no further ado, I'm going to turn my camera this way. Ha ha ha. Our special guest interviewer tonight. You guys, if you've watched Saber Rattle, you know who this is. If you've been in the Saber community for longer than 10 minutes, you also know who this is. What's up, Vader Kev? Vader Kev is online. This is one of the most famous names in the saber industry. If you've been to any cons, I guarantee you've seen at least one or two people carrying his work around. Is Mr. Gary Ripper out there? Put that man on.
Hey.
Hey, hey,
What's up,
hey.
y'all? Can you guys hear me?
I
Yep,
can
we
hear
can hear
you.
you.
Okay, all right, cool.
Life
Yeah,
is good.
I
How
have
you
no
doing,
mic. I have
Gary?
no mic this time, so
Okay. Can you hear us?
yeah, I can hear you guys fine.
Yep. All
Beautiful.
right.
How you guys doing out there in Texas? I'm in North Carolina right now, man.
Ah,
We're
I've been there for a while. It's nice out there.
we're on the West Coast, the East Coast, and in the middle of the country right now. We're doing the whole America right now.
Oh,
The
exactly.
whole,
Yeah.
the whole America, all of
Perfect.
America.
So Gary, why don't you tell us about who the special guest you got coming on tonight?
Oh man, my man Andre Taylor. He's been doing like graphics for the most part, and like he does like a lot of saber stuff. He does a lot of like choreography and stuff together. You know what I mean? He's done a few YouTube videos. Has a lot of followers. A lot of people watch him and stuff. What I like about him is that like he kind of does the extra bit with his graphics. You know, sometimes where some people might think that it's too much. Well, I think it's more spectacular to me. Like he'll walk into a warp. I mean, into a vortex or something, or he'll have his lightsaber just crackling like crazy. You know what I mean? So the stuff that I think he does, I think is just fun as hell. So yeah, you guys gotta check him out. He's also known as 4D the Ninja Gray Jedi.
Nice,
So,
nice. Well,
so
let's
yeah,
bring him
yeah.
on now. Let's get this interview going. I'm excited.
All
It's
right.
good to see you guys. I love you, Gary. It's good to see you,
Love you too,
Flannel.
man.
It's good to see you too.
See you on the other side of this interview.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I am doing great. Hopefully you can hear me okay.
Oh yeah, I can hear you real good. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, all right. Yeah, man. If anybody's watching, man, this is Andre Taylor, man. He's 4D, the Gray Jedi. This man has done some like great graphics, some great videos. I appreciate his work. I like watching him because I don't know what he's doing, and like he'll surprise you. If you've never seen his video, like he'll surprise you in the middle of the video. Like he might walk out, he might just vanish in the middle of the video. You mean, or he might just appear in the middle of the video. You mean, he might look like just a plain old spin video. The next thing you know, something happens. So yeah, man. Thank you, man, for being on here, man.
No, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. And I see a few people in the chat here that I know. So thanks for joining us, guys. Hessa, thanks, buddy.
Oh yeah, man. I'm sure you got people who know you're gonna be on here, man. Because like you got a lot of people that watch you and love you. So that's why we're glad we're glad that you're on here. You do what I mean? It's my first time kind of like meeting you in a sense.
Yeah, we've been chatting just virtually for a while. We haven't really had a chance to actually get together and have some fun. So hopefully when conventions come back, we'll be meeting each other there on the battlefield, right?
Oh, exactly. I mean, because like I like your videos that you've done. I mean, and the one that you've done with the choreography.
Oh yeah, I love that stuff. Anything with sabers, lightsabers, cool moves, special effects. I love putting all that together and just making something that I like to watch and I think is fun. So hopefully other people.
Which one have you done first, sabers or graphics?
Lightsabers, really. So my lightsaber journey kind of started. I've always like seen lightsabers, even way before I was a Star Wars fan. I've always seen like lightsabers and like, oh, that's cool. It's an energy blade, you know. I've always been a big fan of blades. So whenever you have an energy blade, it just takes it to the next level. And actually, my girlfriend at the time bought me a lightsabers because I love them. The actual Ultra Saber saber staffs. I had 2 of them, and I had the screw and crook coupling. And from there, I just started to incorporating some of the moves I've learned with the bow staff with it. And then just started diving into conventions. Like back in 2018 was actually my first convention. And from there, it's just been a world of support. Just a crazy, awesome group of just cosplayers and cool lightsaber duelers and everything else. So it's just always been awesome.
Now, have you ever done like movies first? I mean, I meant movies, but like you did like your choreography. Now, have you done that like before you did any film, like just choreography, like live for like just performances, or has it always been on film only?
Really on film only. I have a few buddies that they're called Urban Jedi out of Philadelphia, and they are really the ones that are really the big people that's in the choreography. They've been just practicing for years. So I've actually linked up with them. We made this really cool video called Battle of Legends. And I've been communicating with some other people that does a lot of choreography online, like Russian Jedi and Mike Starwalker and all those fun guys. So I think that part of it is pretty awesome because you can get just like a really cool battle scene on film, and really just scratching the surface of that now. As soon as this Corona Con finishes,
right?
Hoping to get together to do some more cool things. But yeah, I love the whole aspect of video.
You've been handling that though. I've seen you do a few videos even during the Corona thing. You right out in front, and you just did a few things and like that one you did recently where you turn around and you walk away and you go off into like the whole scene turns into like what, limbo? You know what I mean? I mean, yeah. I just like the dramatics of it all. I mean, and I watched you get better and better with it and everything. So that's one thing I like about it. I mean, you do a really good job.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I always like to take things to just the extreme, I guess. Because a lightsaber alone is cool, but when you can actually just make everything just supernatural, I guess. I don't know. I love that stuff. I love powers. I love anime, that kind of stuff. So anytime I can bring that to life, with the limited amount of time I can put into it, I'm all for it.
I was honored one time. I seen a video that you did where you ignited a Ripper blade.
Yes.
And and I was like, damn, I never thought I would see that kind of thing with a blade before. And I think you honor me with that one, man. Thank you for that.
This blade right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love Ripper blades. People, if you've never seen a Ripper blade, like this is the example of one of them. This is more of a short sword. And if you know me, I'm a short sword wielder. I like the double short sword and also just a staff and a spear, and then this one right here, which is a almost more of a spear head. For
Yeah.
me, I put them together and I have me a nice little battle spear. But yeah, that's actually one of my favorite videos. It came from an anime called Bleach, and in there they transform. They go into the mode they called Bankai, where they just turn into this super powerful warrior. And I was like, I got to bring out a River Blade and just make my own Bankai. And that video came out of it. So that was one of my favorite videos. Love it.
And I noticed that well, I'm really glad you did as well too. So that I see you got your armor on.
Oh, it's my battle armor. Whenever I show up at a con, this is how people know me. I'm not really a cosplayer per se.
Right.
I just break out lightsabers, put on a battle armor, and go have some fun.
Exactly. And what's cool though is that I'm glad you got that on, because like seeing you without it would only be like seeing an interview with Superman in his Clark Kent outfit. So like, right on for that, man. Because I'm glad you got your whole persona going on right now, which is fantastic. Now, how can people find you?
Yeah, so a lot of people on social media world know me as 4D Fighting Arts. So Instagram, my Facebook page, TikTok has become a big thing. So my TikTok is almost doubled my Instagram following now. So if you just throw 4D Fighting Arts in there, I'm all over the place. Okay,
so 4D Fighting Arts. Yep. So it's mostly like Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram's kind of my main.
And you said TikTok. You said.
Yeah, TikTok. TikTok has kind of been springing up everywhere now. So, and I've been using it a lot for just easy music, adding music to the videos. So yeah, TikTok, 4D Fighting Arts as well. Yeah.
Okay. Now music. When you do your videos, do you have is it a hard choice making the music for your videos, or like putting the right song with the right scene and what's going on with the music?
It's kind of an interesting process for me. Like if I'm making because I also make some music myself as well. Just throwing some things together in Logic. If I'm making like a custom scene, I will do the music right to the actual song. But for the most part, if I'm making a quick video, I make the video first. I add special effects, and then I just jump onto TikTok. I start browsing music, and somewhere along the line, I'll find a sound that kind of matches up with the video. I mean, it's a bit of a process sometimes, but yeah, it can be challenging. But once you get a good grasp of what you're going for and like where you want that drop, then you can kind of put that together and pick some cool music to go along with it.
Okay, so that makes sense that you make your own, because it really goes with the scenes that you're doing. I noticed, you know what I mean? So it makes sense that you're doing that, because like it works really well. You know what I mean? So it makes total sense. That's why I'm glad I asked you that. Now, the two brothers you worked with before in the other videos, who you say they were again?
Yeah, so those Urban Jedi. It's Greg and Davon out of Philadelphia. So they're Urban Jedi as well on Instagram and TikTok. And those guys are awesome. If you're in the lightsaber scene and you want some cool action, check those guys out. They're always going at it with their choreography and just like amping things up. So I got Urban Jedi. I got a couple videos with them. We did one at the last, what was it, Katsucon or Magfest, one of them. They kind of close together and they just get mixed up in my mind. But we did one with Keto Card is one that recorded that one. And we did a real cool video with that one too. So there's tons of content out there. Those guys are awesome.
Now, have you studied any martial arts?
So formally, no. And people are always a little bit surprised about this. I'm very much self-trained in a lot of things. As a young kid, I was always a good fighter from watching way too much Bruce Lee movies and getting into way too much trouble. So that kind of came natural for me, and I had really good reaction time and instinct. But I haven't studied any official martial arts. Both staff is just something I kind of picked up and I learned along the way, online videos, developing my own fighting style, and then I kind of translated over to the lightsabers and the saber staff. But yeah, the only formal training I've done is actually really recent with Michelle C. Smith, just learning some additional staff moves to add to my repertoire.
I heard that. Right on, man. So essentially, then you're just a very good actor. Then you're very. You know what I mean, you have very good hand-eye coordination and and muscle movement. So have you done any acting outside your own videos?
I have not. I mean, I've probably I've helped put commercial videos together, but really just from the production standpoint, not the actual on screen. But no, acting it kind of comes. I guess I always liked to improv back in school. because it kind of comes easy for me to get into a character, especially when it's a pretty cool badass character that I can dive right into and be cool with. So that part kind of comes natural to me. But as far as like the acting, I've never taken any acting courses or anything like that. It's just one of those things I like doing. So
yeah. Well, that's what I mean. Because your characters that you do when you do videos are very dramatic, and like that's why I'm able to enjoy them because you are the character that you're embodying. You know what I mean? So I mean, I really enjoy that, man, and that's part of what the charm is, and why I think you have so many followers. To be honest with you.
Well, yeah, I mean, I appreciate that. I just like to be me. I like to do a lot of fun things, and I guess when it comes to very structured things, I'm probably more for rebel when it comes to that. So, like for me, I wanted to learn the bow staff, and I looked locally for schools, and they were like, well, weapons training is something we do, 3-4 years in. You got to get the foundation down first, and of course I understand that, but I want what I want. So,
right.
So I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm gonna learn on my own.
Right. Yeah. Well, patience will be your virtue. You know what I mean? So, before I go, I want to ask you one more thing real fast. Is that what's your favorite Star Wars movie? I mean, you gotta have a favorite Star Wars movie.
I get that one.
I'll give you two. Yeah, I'll make it easy. I'll give you two. I'll give you a Star Wars movie, and then show or something.
All right, it's a fair one. So Star Wars movie, I'm a little bit biased because Darth Maul is the fighting style I like the most because he has that saber staff, and as a staff guy, and I love using the saber staff myself. I think fighting wise, that movie is probably one of my favorite movies. So yeah, that's probably high on my list. I mean, the Anakin to Darth Vader journey is pretty cool. I think that's story wise, that's probably the best story in the Star Wars universe right now.
Right.
But fighting wise, I got to give it to Darth Maul.
Okay. How about TV show? What's your favorite show?
Show. Oh man, that's a tough one. Right now I'm watching The Umbrella Academy. So that one's fresh in my mind. And that was kind of cool.
I mean, Star Wars show.
Star Wars show. I mean, Clone Wars is the only one that really that comes to mind right now, and that's something I didn't even watch until recently. Honestly, most people think I'm a super huge Star Wars nerd,
right?
And I'm more of a lightsaber nerd than I am a Star Wars nerd.
I totally get it. No, I totally get it. I totally get it.
I'm just now catching up with the anime stuff. So Clone Wars is pretty good. I've been watching through that. And I like that because the fighting they get to do in Clone Wars is a lot more fun than the movies because there's out of the restraints of just production value and all that stuff. They can just go crazy with it. So I do like the flipping around and all the cool stuff.
Yeah, physics is no longer
exactly. You can just fly off a building in a superhero land, So.
Well, man, right on, man. I appreciate you coming, man, and being on here. Once again, tell everybody where they can find you, and that way they can reach you and watch all these great things that you do.
Yeah, for sure. It's 40 Fighting Arts Instagram, and TikTok are the two big ones. And before I go, Gary, because I know there's a few people that are watching on my side as well.
Yeah.
We'd love to know just a little bit about you. I know for a lot of people in the Saber world, they know about Ripper Blades. I mean, you're one of the only people that I know of that makes cool things like this. And for me, I love swords and I like lightsabers, so just putting them together is super cool. Plus, you have that new samurai looking one coming out, and I don't know if you see my hair growing out here. I got a little bit of afro going on, but I'm getting ready to go into an afro ninja, Jedi character here. So
right.
But yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself. I would love to know just kind of how you got started in the lightsaber blade building world and where you guys are now as far as yourself as a company and where you're looking to go. Switch it around on you real quick.
Well, I've been doing this, I guess, for now since 2012. I got into the Saber community since 2010, and I been like a troll on those forums, and then after a while, I stopped making sabers, came back in the game, and started making blades. And then from the blades, I just got better and better as I started doing them more and more and more and more. You know what I mean? And then now I just want to keep doing blades and then cosplay stuff. I like making stuff. It's like making things. So that's my
Gotcha.
thing.
I didn't even know that. I didn't know you did the saber thing before you did the blades. That's interesting.
Yeah, I used to be Ripper Sabers. I used to be Ripper Sabers. They made PVC sabers for the most part.
Gotcha. Well, what made you start doing the blades? I know the blades is something that's a little bit unique and a little bit different. We don't see that a lot in the even in the movie world. We don't see that a whole lot.
You know what? Honestly, it was a nightlight. A nightlight drove me nuts because it wasn't fused right, or didn't have. And so I said, you know what? Let me get this thing together. I want to make my own saber and see if it'll work. So I've seen a nightlight give me the idea to make a blade, and so I made the blade, and the rest is history for the most part.
Nice. Now, do you get a lot of diehard lightsaber fans that kind of question the lightsaber blade aspect of it in contrast to like the traditional lightsaber?
You know what? A lot. I get a lot of like a lot of cats that are not a part of the saber community. I get a few of them. Yeah,
I know the blade thing. We've seen was it it might have been in one of the last movies. One of those movies we saw that one of the characters had a that kind of like a dark blade. I'm trying to remember which movie it was.
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian, that's what it was. The show, The Mandalorian. Yep. And he came in and kind of cut his way out of that ship with one of those blades. I was like, nice, time to put some of those blades on the screen. That's all. That was awesome.
Yeah, that's what got me into doing blades in the first place, because I try to mimic that blade. That's the blade that got me started at all in the first place. So that's actually the blade that got me interested in making flat blades.
Nice, that's interesting. Now I know the movie scene is kind of on break right now because of the Corona Con that's going on. But what are you looking to see on the screen? Hey, what's up, Jazz and Wendell? Thanks for joining us. What are you looking to see on the screen in regards to lightsabers and Star Wars? Like,
man, I'm waiting. There's a few things I'm kind of waiting on. I'm waiting on season 2 of Mandalorian. I'm waiting on a film wise. There's not much I can think of that I'm waiting for on a film. I mean, I was kind of waiting for. I'm kind of like waiting for Batman a little bit, but I'm not too enthusiastic. But I'm having a lot of hope for it. You know what I mean? It has to do well because the actor they have is a good actor, but it's just the way things are being put together. I'm not too much, as a fan wise, I'm not too happy about. But I'm enthusiastic as hell about it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I would like to
Gary,
see.
You got a question there at the bottom too about your sparring blades. It says, "How does the blades hold up to heavy sparring?"
So, yeah, they're good. They're good. All my sparring blades are thick wall. They're battle ready. Any thick wall blade that we have, whether it be a sparring blade or a pearl blade, are good for battle. And if you want, we also put heat shrink on the tip to help with the tip being in place a little bit. But we all know how that goes.
And I know with the lightsabers, like battle lightsabers versus I guess like prop lightsabers. For me, there's like two different categories, because like I wouldn't go try to smash this thing around, because this for me is like a really good prop.
Yeah.
But the battle blades are usually something you can just dive in and deal with. And I know sabers too. So actually, why we got the guys from Kyber here. A question for you as well. When it comes to lightsabers, because for me, I'm very rough on them, because I do things like a little bit unorthodox, like throw my lightsabers into the air. And not a lot of people do that. And when you throw things into the air, you're not always going to catch it. So when it comes to like lightsaber electronics, that's been the most challenging for me, is to try to find a lightsaber that can hold up against just like a heavy beating. Do you guys do anything to that?
Well, with us, we do at Kyber Cave itself. We're a strange hybrid there. We're not only a store, but we're also a dojo. So we do live events. We have battles in the store. In fact, we have a HEMA class going on as we're doing this interview. Now, I'm in North Carolina myself, but the rest of the crew back in California, they're dealing with people, doing HEMA class right now. We always suggest that for the sparring and for the battles that you go with a stunt saber. Because obviously the more electronics you have, the more, anything can go wrong with the soldering. You've got more soldering on there. If you've got, flash on crash and, multiple colors and all these things. So especially with what you do with your videos, a good stunt saber is going to work for you because you're going to add your sound effects in, and your lighting effects are going to be added later. So I suggest that. Now I want to get away. First off, I want to say I'm impressed, dude. You were able to take this interview, and it's like the hunted has become the hunter, right? You're the interviewer now, interviewing Gary over here.
and,
So
and he's
obviously,
cold with it too. He's good with it
you
too.
know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying, dude? He kind of flipped you out over there. He kind of put you on your toes, Gary.
he got game. Yeah, maybe game, man.
I'm just an inquisitive guy. You know, I like to learn things. So, so I love to ask
I
questions.
would like to learn. There's a few things that when I was listening to you to talk to Gary, there's a few things. And plus, we still got you for like another 10 minutes, so I want to make sure Gary didn't close out too early. But I wanted to ask you a few questions. You've been starting this. You've got the TikTok, you've got the Instagram, you've got the Facebook, you've got all of this. How long have you been doing this? And did you put it all together at the same time, or did you start piece by piece and start adding on?
Yeah, so for me, I actually kind of just started doing it all at the same time, and that kind of came out of I did like a couple cool when I was starting to learn the bow staff. I did a couple cool videos, and I was like, you know what, I should start posting this online because this is where Instagram was getting really popular. I'm like, I gotta start posting this online and just kind of connect to that community. So it kind of came out of me wanting to connect to other people and just kind of showcase what I was doing and what I was learning. And then the goal for it after that was actually 4D Fighting Arts. It started as more of a kind of a hobby type thing to do, but then the goal eventually came to where I wanted to create a virtual platform that people can go to learn, because I had a very tough time trying to find a good source to learn how to do things like wielding a lightsaber, wielding a bow staff. So I wanted to create a virtual platform, a virtual dojo that people can just pop on their phones, whatever the case is, and they can just type in lightsaber or bow staff, whatever the case is, and just find masters out there that they can learn these things from. And while that was a little bit ahead of its time, because the vision I have has to go with like virtual or augmented reality primarily, actually. So you put on a pair of glasses, you augment a trainer in front of you, and bam, you can have a sparring session. So that's where the vision of it all was. So, but now it's really just became a hobby, just kind of waiting for technology to catch up, as well as just building my own skill set. So that's kind of, so I just kind of created all that at the same time, really, the Facebook and the all the other pages. And then later on, as TikTok kind of blew up, I added that on as I saw that as potential of, engaging a whole nother community.
Now, are you
nice.
also a graphic artist? Because one of the things when I was watching your video, I thought it was so cool for you to do these tricks, and all of a sudden, you got effects popping up on screen. Are you a graphic artist, or you have somebody else that does that for you, or how does that work?
No, I did it myself. So one of the other things, and a lot of people on my 4D Fighting Arts page don't know this, but I actually started a video production company a little while ago called 4D Creative Arts. So that's the business side of it. That's what pays the bills. And the video production company, special effects is always something I love because, who doesn't like fire coming out of your hands or something interesting like that? So I started that company and then started learning how to do special effects just through watching YouTube videos and spending time messing around. And then now I just kind of blend them together because I can do a couple of good, cool moves, so, and then I have that special effects knowledge. So I always start out with a bang, something interesting with a cool move, and throw the special effects in there. And that just kind of amps things up for me.
Yeah. Now, when you're writing that, because I come from a television background, nothing like what we're doing now, but we were doing arts television shows. When you're doing that, do you write those effects in your mind ahead of time? So when you're filming yourself, you know what the final video is going to look like? Or do you just do cool moves and then go, you know what, some fire would look good right here, or I'm gonna put a portal behind me, or how do you figure out how you're going to do that?
Sometimes. So it happens a little bit of both. Sometimes I film something cool and I'm like, this is kind of boring. How do I amp this up? And then I'll add something to it. And that actually, I got a lot of practice doing that from going to conventions, and I'll film in. Sometimes I have an idea and I'm like, it'd be really cool if you do this, and I can picture the final production, like thinking in post-production. But sometimes I'll just say, hey, do something cool, and later on I'll find a way to spice things up. So a little bit of both. Like the last video that Gary mentioned, where turn around and walk into the portal. That one I had the vision of while I was recording. but there are parts that I cut out because I'm like, nah, it's gonna take a little bit more time to edit, first of all, and plus it gets a little too long. So there's the parts that I cut out because there was a part that I turn around and like super speed towards the screen and slice the camera. But in post production, you know, the idea kind of warped a little bit and changed, and I was like, you know what, this is the story I want to tell now. And that video for people that think beyond, you know, beyond the reality that we live in, that video is actually deeper than most people realize.
Right. Now,
It surprised me at the end, actually.
Say it again?
Yeah.
It surprised me.
Yeah.
And on that note, when you're doing like these little mini videos, some of them, you know, some of them are what, like 15, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. But is there a bigger story that you've written in your head? Like, we're only seeing 30 seconds of it, but do you have like whole backstories for your characters? And
oh, absolutely. So yeah, so another thing about me is I'm a writer as well. I'll say kind of a writer because I haven't really published anything in like a decade, but I have, like, for my character, the Ninja Grey Jedi, I picture him as someone that kind of bend the rules and almost break the rules of the normal Star Wars canon, because people see Star Wars and they're like, this is what a Sith is supposed to be and this is what a Jedi is supposed to be. But for me, I'm like, I don't fit in any of those categories, so I'm going to write myself in.
Right.
If I have to be a dimension traveling person that collect cool weapons, so this is where I kind of work in the Ripper Blades, is that I travel dimensions in quest of cool powers and weapons, and the ones that I like I keep, and the powers that I like I learn. So
right.
That's kind of the backstory.
I personally want to give a big shout out to the Philly Urban Jedi crew.
I
was surprised when I heard that you hooked up with them, because I know they have a big presence on Facebook. I'm even a part of that group, and I'm out in California.
Nice.
Now, do you get approached by people and they go, oh, dude, I have this idea for a video. Let's hook up together. Or do you find yourself going to other people and saying, oh, I really like, you know, what you do here. Let's collab on a video.
It's a little bit of a mix. I do get a lot of people that will message me and say, hey, you know, let's make a video. But often it's quite a challenge. Usually they're halfway across the country somewhere, or you know, neither of us have the resources to really make that happen. So that part is kind of challenging. I know for like the Urban Jedi guys, we actually our viral video, because we got a video out there that has like 1 million+ views on TikTok and like 700,000 on my Instagram. That viral video kind of happened randomly because we ran into each other. I was actually leaving because I had to go move my car. My timer ran out on my parking. And I saw them. They're like, hey, they're like, this guy looks cool. We have to make a video right now. And we kind of just, I was like, I want to, but I need to move my car. Stay right here and I'll be right back. So I came back and I recorded them dueling first, actually. And then I asked someone else to record them both kind of like coming at me. And then we just kind of made that video. I put that video together. We put it online. It kind of blew up. And then we're like, yo, we gotta do some more of this because people like the stuff. So
wow.
So we linked up in Philly.
Now,
that was on the fly.
Oh yeah, it was totally random. We just kind of saw each other. We were like, "You have lightsabers, we have lightsabers. You look cool, we look cool. Let's do this."
That's incredible. And millions of views later, here you are. Do you find how long have you been doing all of this now? So I mean, having, you know, a viral video, is that something that you're used to? That, you know, I get viral videos all the time, or was that kind of like a shocking experience that you had this video blow up?
You know, that one kind of went a little bit further than the other ones have. I mean, over the years, so I started really the whole special effects convention type stuff back in 2018. Not Katsucon, Otakon was the first con I went to. So that was like, I was new to that whole world. That whole world was new to me. But I love the cosplay. I love the people that go to conventions. You know, I'm a bit of a nerd myself. I always say that I'm a half nerd because I'm half badass, half nerd. But
hey, you can be both. You can be both.
That's my blurred for you right there, right? But yeah, so I started getting involved with them, and I've made a couple of videos, like special effects videos. I love that with cosplayers because I love bringing a cosplay to life by adding that special effect. And the cosplayer themselves, they love that too, because they're like, holy crap! And I've seen pictures, but I haven't seen all these powers come to life on screen. So I love doing that stuff. So I've made a couple videos, had a couple, maybe 50,000 views, a couple here with 100,000 views. So that part of it I was kind of used to. But then the one with the Urban Jedi guys, we just kind of put it out there and it started blowing up. And then I was like, all right, now that I know it's blowing up, because I also have some knowledge of social media, so I know how to actually help that along. So I was like, I'm going to do my best to help that along towards the viral video. And then that just kind of took off. And it blew up again. The second wave, we put it on TikTok when I started a TikTok account. And then it blew up again on TikTok. So I was like, there's something about this video that people love. It has the action, the music, the fast-paced sparks, and everything else. So just following that.
And are you able to anticipate that? Like, when you're filming something or you're writing something, are you in your head like, oh man, this is gonna blow up, this is gonna be dope? Or does it just kind of happen like sometimes you think this one's gonna be dope, but really it's the one right behind it that you weren't even really thinking about that somehow blew up? How does that work for you?
Sometimes. So sometimes I make a video and I'm like, this is cool, I like this video, so other people are gonna like this video. And then sometimes I do that and I put it out there and nothing happens. It's like 1,000 views, and I'm like, what? I'm like, that video is awesome. I spent so much time making it. But I've gotten away from where I don't make videos anymore for the internet. I make them for myself, and if it happens to blow up, it does. Like for example, I made the fourth video with myself. I brought all the I guess like people, and this was actually Urban Jedi's guy initial idea. I just kind of jumped in there and helped them run with it. They're like, hey, we should all make a video for the fourth, and I was like, all right, let's do it. So I got Michelle C. Smith, which is, if you haven't seen her, she's a total badass with the bow staff, and give her a lightsaber and she'll just do crazy stuff with it. So she was actually a surprise. I had her video and I hid it from the guys because I was the one that did the editing. And on the day of release, they was like, oh crap, you got Michelle in there. So we like connected all these top lightsaber guys like Michelle C. Smith, Russian Jedi, Mike Starwalker.
Is that
like,
the one? Is Alan Easton in that one?
Yes, he is. I think so. Yep. So the one that we did, it started out with Michelle and then it ended on me, where I just kind of like, I don't know if you saw that one, but it ends where I bring all like lightsabers using the Force together and then like send them at the screen.
Yeah.
But that one blew up. We put it on Facebook and it had like 2 million views on my page. On TikTok, on one of the other people that posted it, it had like hundreds of thousands of views. So that one just like, we knew it was going to be cool because it had all of us. We just didn't know it was going to randomly blow up on Facebook. I didn't even really know that Facebook had viral potential anymore. But
well, we actually interviewed Alan Eason on a previous show, and then we talked about that video and how that all came together. But obviously, I hadn't met you yet, so I didn't know that you were, the craftsman behind it.
I just brought all the awesome videos and helped put them together. But those guys are all awesome in their own way.
That's fantastic. And I know we have Michelle C. Smith coming up on a future show.
Oh, nice.
We've got to get her schedule lined up. But now obviously Michelle C. Smith is, like, oh, Michelle Smith. How do you hook up with these people? Like, they're obviously all over the country. Do you just message them and say, hey, I got this idea for a video. Would you, film yourself for a 5-second segment or something? How do you do that?
That's a bit of I guess like a bit of creativity and a bit of a talent of mine, I guess. It's just connecting with people. Since I first started, I've been doing that because I realized that by yourself you're cool, but when you bring a community of cool people together, you can only just hit the stratosphere. So for me, like my earliest Instagram video when I was just starting to grow my channel, I remember I had like 2,000 followers. I messaged like all the top people I could find in the bow staff world. I was like, Michelle was one of them because she was actually a part of it as well back then. And I found like 10 of the top bow staff people. I gave them the idea. I'm like, hey, this is what I'm looking to do. You're awesome. We're all awesome. We'd love to put something cool together. And I was like, send me a clip and, we'll see what happens. And I didn't get response from some. I got response from some. And the ones that I got response from, they made it into the videos. So we made some cool videos. And then I kept doing that for a while. And that's how I really connect to the bow staff community. So just following the same formula for lightsabers. We created a group on Instagram. We started bringing cool people in. And I gave them all my link for the business side. I have people send me videos all the time. So I give them all my link. I'm like, hey, this is when we want the videos in. This is when we want to put it together. Let's make this happen. And just staying persistent. But I think it's just connecting. Like you build a community. Even with Michelle, like me and her together, we started a Discord for flow arts, and we have about 100 people in there now. But it's just connecting. It's just connecting with people, and people will care about you when they know you care about them. So just connecting to that community is the way to do it.
Right. And so we are going to go ahead and get ready to wrap up here. But lastly, where do you see things going from here? You've done these cool videos. Do you still keep thinking about doing new videos all the time, or is there something else you want to try? Maybe something full length, maybe a full length movie or something?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's funny. I'm learning the Unreal Engine now, because that makes it kind of cool to put like short stories together. And since you guys are the Star Wars fans, I'll give you a hint of one of the things I'm working on. I'm working on something called R2D4. R2D4. So
I like the name already.
And he's a mysterious robot that somehow can use the Force and wield lightsabers. So I'm writing a story around that, and I'm looking to put it together in Unreal. I really want to get into making movies or animated shorts and things like that, or short movies. Of course, it takes a ton of time, ton of resources, but that's where I'm going towards. And I like the Star Wars setting because, first of all, lightsabers. So, and I can do a lot, but I want to shift from the mainstream Star Wars. I want to make something that's cool and mysterious. I want to bring a female Sith Lord in there as the main bad guy. So I want to kind of mix things up, and I have some cool ideas, and I'm working to put together. So that's where I'm looking to go. I want to continue making cool videos, but I want to put more story behind it. I want to start building up myself and my company to have more resources to do all these things. But yeah, stay tuned. R2D4 is the next project that I'm looking to work on here in the Star Wars world. So stay tuned for that one.
Right on.
We are excited. And we're excited to see more Ripper Blades in your videos too.
Oh yeah, we got he has some new ones coming out, so stay tuned for the samurai guy coming out there. And I gotta check you guys out too. I haven't interacted with you and that company quite a lot. So I gotta check that out, because for me, I'm always looking for sturdy lightsabers that can take the beating that I'm gonna give it.
Hey, we got them at the cave. We're ready for you, and we make custom pieces too, so we'll make it to your specification.
Nice. I like the last one that you guys show, by the way, because for me, like the smooth handle, I saw that really cool handle you guys have. Since I throw these things, I don't like a lot of these protrusions that hit my hand on the way down. So I like the design of the last one you guys did. That's pretty cool.
Well, we have a section called the Ritual where you can literally build your custom saber from top to bottom, whatever you want in there.
Okay.
But now, let me ask you, Andre, I know you talked about it earlier. You talked about the different places, but really quickly at the end, and I also saw that V put some links to your spots. I think you tell everybody where they can reach you again, the different spots, Instagram, TikTok, all those places.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, I want to take the time to thank everyone that came to watch. I know I see a few of y'all in the comments here, like Jasmine has. So these are my flow-mies, I say, because for the flow community. So thank you guys for taking the time to watch. And I know for a lot of people, they'll catch the replay. Some of my friends are in London and other places that are way too late in the morning right now to be up. So, you guys watch the replay. Thank you as well. So thank you for all the people that came out. I'm 4D Fighting Arts, as in fourth dimensional, 4D Fighting Arts on Instagram and TikTok. Feel free to check out my content. I love doing special effects and just throwing things in the air where there's lightsabers or bow staff. So if you like that kind of stuff, check it out.
Beautiful, beautiful. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, anywhere else?
Those are kind of the main ones. The YouTube is going to start to rise here in the future with like the R2D4 and other projects. So I have some full-length videos there as well. I haven't put as much effort into YouTube, but with the short stories that I'm looking to tell, that's going to be the platform for that. So keep an eye on that as well.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for being with us. Thank you, Gary, for bringing us another great guest. You always find the most amazing people out there. And Gary just knows everybody. That's how it is. You just riding on Gary's shirt tails.
No, thank y'all for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. And if you're ever out on the West Coast, make sure to make it to Kyber Cave.
Will do. I'm coming out there and duel you guys. I see you have a little studio back there.
Oh yeah. Please do.
I got a few moves.
Thank you,
Yes, he said he
Andre
was
Taylor.
studio. He
We
said,
appreciate you. Gary Ripper, thank you as always. We will see you in 2 weeks with your next guest. And
right on.
always don't forget on Sundays. Gary, tell them about your show you do on Sundays real quick before we head you out.
Well, on Sundays I usually do something at 6 o'clock or 6 o'clock-ish. I just do updates and talk about what I'm gonna be doing next year with blades, whether it be a blade I'm making, and just stretch out to anything and everything I do. So just rubber blades and what we do here, and yeah. And on this Sunday, there's gonna be somebody, a guest that we're having on there, kind of a guest or introducing something. So a whole different kind of show and tell.
I'm excited. I have a feeling I know who this guest is too. So I'm excited. I'm going to be tuning in on Sunday at 6-ish, right?
What time did you have to
Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, thank you both for being on tonight. We love you guys so much, and we will see you both again. Take it easy.
Right on, man. Yeah, man.
All right. Flannel, what is going on? Hey, is Greg backstage?
Greg is right. Greg is right
not
here
Flannel
in front
right
of me.
now.
Yeah.
Flannel, your
Yeah,
mic
Greg
is not on right now.
Huh. Let's see.
Okay. So
Hear me now?
we have
Hello?
at the Kyber Cave, and Flannel, your mic isn't working right now.
Huh.
We have HEMA going on right now. This is Raven Wing HEMA class that's going on, and I know there was 4 of them in class there. Do we have any? Can you flip the camera around there? Or is anybody fighting right now?
Hello?
Can you flip that around and show anybody fighting right now? Well, there's Greg right there, dude. Put Greg on. What's going on, dude? What is up, Greg? I cannot hear any of you guys right now. I'm hoping we get the mic situation figured out. So we've got Anthony there. We've got Wes, aka Crux. Anthony is who runs Raven Wing HEMA Club, and that is what's going on tonight, right now, on Fridays. We're on. Hey, I can hear Chris there.
What are you guys doing? I can hear a lot of chatter going on.
Well,
Can you hear us?
we're not able to get Flannel go. Can you have Raven and Greg come over to your microphone?
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, no problem. We're over there.
There we go. There we go. Now we got things working. How's it going, Soju?
Good. They're just doing their classes right now. And am I supposed to flip the camera around?
Yeah, flip the camera around so we can talk to them. Hey, there we go.
Can y'all hear me right here?
Oh, we got you now. We got you now. All right,
Hey.
go to a double screen with me and the guys over there, Flannel. We got you in, but go to a double so we can get a close up on these guys. In fact, just go to a close up of these guys. You don't need my face. So, all right, there we go. Up front, we got Greg Viri. He has been our host presenter for the last parts of our shows. When we were bring the camera, there you go. Up a little more.
There we go.
Up a tiny bit more.
There it is.
There we go. And over to your right just a bit so I can see Raven. A little bit more. A little bit more.
There we go.
There we go. All right. And Raven, take a step back. Okay. So Greg Viri is an employee at Kyber Cave, and why don't you introduce us to Raven Wing? Let us know who he is and what you guys are doing.
Well, Raven Wing is the club we've started here through Kyber Cave. It is all synthetic HEMA. So right now we're working with two-hand longsword, which, by the way, finally came.
Woohoo!
And we'll be working into other types of weapons, single-hand shield, things like that.
Right.
It's a club we teach. To Friday nights is a sparring night. So Wednesdays, 7 to 9, we hold it's basically classes. The two of us instruct people through it. their footwork, their movements. We're still working on like training structures, but we've got a lot of it down already.
Right.
And Fridays tonight, we're taking what you would learn on Wednesdays, and applying it against another opponent.
Excellent. Hey, can we get the camera up a little bit? Because you guys, like, Raven's head is cut off there.
Yeah, unfortunately, you guys are taller than me.
There we go. There we go. Oh, too much now.
Yeah, too much.
This way. Back up a little bit.
Oh wait, hold on. We're gonna do our setup we had last week.
Okay, so I want to ask, since you guys got him there, Crux, you have been with us doing sabers for a long time. What do you think about the synthetic swords in HEMA?
There's some subtle differences. Like you need to make sure you keep the edge of the sword. That's what hits your opponent, not the flat, and also make sure your strikes aren't just the tip of the saber. But other than that, it's similar.
A lot of what you've learned with sabers translates across.
Yes.
Excellent, excellent. And how are these two guys as instructors?
They're great.
Excellent. Now,
They were just saying that I'm picking it up fast, and I say that's because I have two great teachers.
And he is.
Excellent. And right now, is this something people have to pay for, or is this a free class right now?
It's free, right? It's free right
As
now.
of
Now it's free. Eventually, we are going to have to start charging for it, much like League, because we're going to have to start funding the class, because we don't want to just have just these and only a few of them. We'd like to get more. You want to show the red dragon? We'd like to get more of these. This is the only sword we have that is used right now as a loner that we will actually call a sword, because it's not going to damage a person too bad. One of these you can see, because unlike lightsaber blade that are hollow, these are full solid all the way through, and you can see the difference between the blade.
Right.
This is a club. We call these wasters.
It's the traditional name,
actually. Yeah. It's the traditional name of them because typically a waster would have been made of wood, and they're to get wasted. They get beat up, and then you get a new one.
Right, right. Now, Raven, why? What kind of skills are people going to learn in your class? Like, what's the difference between Wednesday night and Friday night?
Friday is nothing more than the practical application of the lessons that we have studied on Wednesdays.
Okay. And would you say these lessons are these things that you've made up, or are these off of,
historical text?
So, I teach Fed the Meyer longsword, which is a German method, as well as Fiore de Liberi, who is an Italian sword master from the 1300s.
And it's beautiful. And I know on a personal note, you've sent me videos, the Fiore videos, and I've just been absolutely amazed. Has this been something that you've been studying for a long time?
I've been doing like Ren Fair and things like that for a while. So I started with a sword guild for choreography fighting. I moved on to another guild shortly after that guild disbanded with my friend James Sadley. He's an honorary maestro here. And I'm hoping one of these days I can get him up here from Hollister. But we actually when we did our club, which is Red Sword of the Highlands, we actually studied the treaties and actually brought people into the camp and actually taught them those martial arts. So this is actually the more formalized version of it, so the more school established. When we did it at the shows, we'd be wearing the traditional garb that would have been worn at the time.
Excellent, excellent. And with what you're doing here, it looks like you're wearing the same kind of equipment that you would wear for heavy combat for sabers. Is it the same equipment or different?
That is our bare minimum right now. Ideally, if you look at what I have a heavy gambeson, heavy bracers, the trousers with protect. Yeah. Molded elbow cap, shin guards, knee guards. I have a plasterone underneath this.
Right.
Which my gloves are over there for these. They're called clamshells. They're full armor, full protection.
Right.
Just so I can kind of show them, because we're not going to take off this coat because it'll take forever.
Yeah.
To show what it is, so we'll show an example of what a plasteron is. Just like with my some of the stuff.
Clamshells too, please.
A lot of the stuff will translate over between HEMA and lightsaber. Like my arms are they work great for this. With the coat, I won't need these. They actually won't work with the coat because they're too bulky. That's why.
This is actually a FA and foil plasterone. It's to help add a little protection for the sternal.
Okay.
Because if you're stabbed, it really hurts.
Yeah. Okay.
The other part I was talking about was my glove. This is known as a clamshell.
Or lobster claw.
Or
whichever one.
Or lobster, yeah. So this
Wow.
provides protection against swords. He's nailed me a couple times with it. So yeah, you need this is the kind of stuff you would really need when you're doing the real historical European combat.
Right.
As you're allowed, we're using the synthetics like this because ultimately we'd like to maybe at some point meet off where we actually have the blunts. So actually use the steel, so you'll get the feeling of it. But as for right now, that's the base of the equipment, and unfortunately, I can't really see the whole thing I have because there's a counter right there.
Yeah.
Right.
But I'm sort of the idea what you would actually want to have.
Yeah. So what he has is, like you said, he has a more comfortable version of the plastron underneath. It's leather and cloth. I know. So he has the plastron underneath it, which in any form of what we're doing, you have to have something covering your chest.
Right.
Now, what it says, you don't have to wear any of the gear. We're not hitting each other.
A good set of gloves I do recommend is an absolute requirement. Either a lacrosse glove or a good pair of leather gauntlets. So they help get you a grip on, so I give you some hand protection.
Yes. So like I said, he has the plastron underneath. He has a gorget on underneath here, which I also have.
Except mine's referred to as a blade catch.
Yeah. Well, no, underneath is the gorget.
Yeah, it's built in the plastron. It's blade catch.
Oh, I thought you had the gorget.
So between that, the bib, and all
Okay,
that.
So we don't require the gorget here, but if two opponents are going against each other, that one does not have the gorget, thrusts are never allowed. Much like with the rules here in general, we're tweaking them a little bit for this because if both parties have the proper equipment, we can. But it has to be confirmed ahead of time.
Right.
Like steel gorget on underneath here. You have the
I have the
blade.
Yep, I have the blade catch underneath the heavy jacket.
Yeah, and then the jacket also has a lot of protection, and then he has
mask.
a bib for the mask as well. Which
Right.
that will be something to be okay to allow thrusts in because
as long as both parties agree.
Yeah.
Right.
He has the heavy bracers. They're cloth with plastic in them, and they just wrap around. They protect really well. The elbow cap, which is an absolute requirement, it doesn't have to be this, but you need something covering every one of your main joints. So your shoulders, your knees, and your elbows have to be covered.
Okay. Now, last question before we let you go tonight, and we'll talk a little bit more about this next week. Also, I hear from Kang Snow that we should be receiving our blades for Lightspeed any day now. So it's absolutely amazing to me how much we have going on at Kyber Cave. We've got the new HEMA classes starting. We've got the Saber skills with instructor Michaela. We've got heavy combat. We've got light armor combat. And then we're going to be starting Lightspeed, which is what you're going to be doing, right, Greg?
Yes, another thing I have to start working on is our Lightspeed League. Luckily, with that, it's an established league. It's not like the Kyber Cave Heavy League that I'm still working everything out on that because we're not 100% full-blown on it yet. But, like I said, thankfully, Lightspeed is a league already in its own, so I don't have to come up with any rules. I just have to follow theirs.
Right.
We have to grow the following for it in the area.
Right.
Grabbing my Lightspeed hilt, Wesley?
Let's wrap it up though.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up.
So, like I said, with Lightspeed, there's going to be a little bit difference in the hilts. One of the big pointy parts and everything aren't going to work. Something similar to this will be fine. Nothing sticking out, nothing that's going to destroy the realism of a lightsaber fight.
Right. Well, we're going to talk a little bit more about Lightspeed when we get those blades in and when we get some of the rule sets down. I just wanted to let people know that you are the man that's going to be facilitating that at Kyber Cave. So we have a ton that's going on at Kyber Cave. Greg, I want to thank you. I want to thank Anthony, Ravenwing, Hema for coming out. I want to thank Crux for being on tonight and letting us know. Don't forget, every Wednesday, is that Wednesday from 7 to 9 and Fridays from 7 to 9, correct?
Yes.
All right. So if you are interested in HEMA, and you don't even have to have your own equipment. Now, if you get into it, we're going to recommend that you buy your own equipment, buy your own swords. But I do know they have some equipment there for you to borrow as well.
It's in the room on the left.
Right. So even if you're just checking it out for the first time, don't be afraid to come on down. All right. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. Go ahead and drop out Greg there. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight to Kyber K presents Saber Rattle. I especially want to thank Andrew Taylor, aka 4D Ninja Gray Jedi, for coming out. Make sure to check out his videos on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. The man is absolutely amazing. And as always, we love and admire Gary Ripper. Make sure to check him out this Sunday at 6 p.m. And he has a special guest on, so you're definitely going to want to check that out. Thank you for tuning in to Saber Rattle. Next week, I will have a guest on. And then the week after that will be Gary again. So if you like Gary better, well, you know what? He'll be back in 2 weeks. It's me next week. And I'm still going to be here in North Carolina next week. So have a wonderful week. And we will see you down at the Kyber Cave. Peace.